Hello, good afternoon, happy Sunday. Happy Monday if it's already Monday in your time zone, but happy Sunday. Yesterday I had a Friendsgiving, or attended a Friendsgiving, I should say. I did not host, but so it was nice to see friends and have some good food and chats and see the little kids. So it was nice. And yeah, so we my mom and I went and drove over to Bestie's and spent the afternoon, and then drove back in the dark, and because it gets dark so early now, it's not fun. Um, but yeah, but it was fun. It was fun. It was good food. Um, and then this morning I saw, well, morning-ish, like brunch time, I guess I should say. I saw a red-headed pileated woodpecker. And I don't know if you've ever seen them, but they're massive, massive compared to normal woodpecker size. Like normal woodpeckers are relatively, like, they're small to medium sized birds, I would say. But like this, the red-headed pileated is massive. I wish, like, do they have a for scale compared to regular woodpecker? Like, yeah. So like here's a, is it gonna show? Okay, let's see if I can. Ooh, that didn't do it either. But this is like scale comparison of regular woodpeckers that you might see versus the pileated. Yeah, so it's massive. It's very big. And we had the one with the top knot. So I think it's a, I think, I don't know. Anyway, it looked like this one. So it's massive. And I was like, holy crap, what is that hopping around in the woods? Because initially I thought it was a crow, because I just saw something big and dark moving around. And then I saw the red on the top of the head. And I was like, that is massive. But yeah, so it's kind of fun to see that this morning, or brunch time, or whatever. I hope he or she finds a whole bunch of tasty things to eat so it sticks around, or decides to come back every winter. So yeah, but that was fun. What else? I don't know if I don't think I've done anything like fantastic since I saw you last on Friday. So yeah, that was it. So Megan says, I've been doing homework all morning and now I'm working on a 3-page paper I somewhat procrastinated on. Well, at least you didn't completely procrastinate. You didn't actually procrastinate, but the research phase just took longer than expected. Gotcha. Okay. Gotcha. Kara says, you're eating lunch. You're going to try and finish up your paid proofreading project today. You have 35 pages left. You can do it. Yes. Yes, yes. Becca says, hello. Hello. Welcome. Becca spent the morning cleaning your apartment. Ooh, nice. I should probably clean myself, but a lot of what's in my room at the moment that is kind of taking over some of the services are Christmas presents and stuff, because I hide them in my room. And so if I can just decide to go ahead and get started like decorating for Christmas, then I can go ahead and wrap them and put them under the tree rather than storing them in my room. So yeah. Screenwriter's Journey says, good morning. Good morning. Hello. Megan says, fun fact. Pipash or Maricopa make the gorgeous red clay pottery with designs that usually have little to no meaning, unlike most of other tribes across the United States. Oh, okay, so theirs is purely decorative designs. Interesting. That sounds so nice. Yes, the Friendsgiving was very nice. So, yeah, it's massive. Exactly. So big. Yeah, I was just like, what is that? And then I was like, that's a woodpecker. That's a massive woodpecker. So, CB said, yesterday was your cousin-in-law's 50th birthday. You couldn't go, though. Well, happy birthday to the cousin. Kara says, my son and I went to visit your mother yesterday to have her Thanksgiving dinner. We brought food, nothing fancy. She asked if we were going to come next week, too. Her cognition is slipping. You had spoken to her on Wednesday or Thursday to ask her if we could visit yesterday instead, since the weather might be bad next week. And it was really lunch, not dinner. Yeah. Yeah. Because Thanksgiving is late this year, it feels like. Very late. So it gets closer to winter when it's like that. And so, yeah, the chance of weather is a little iffy. Megan says, also, I read the summary for my Antonia, and why do all the books we read for class have tragic-ish endings for the immigrants it focuses on? Yeah. That's one of the things that I always felt like it was odd, because some of the books that I've read that are sort of like, I don't know if it's necessarily like a British ending or more of like a Catholic ending, in terms of like they just kind of endure these horrible emotionally taxing situations for decades. And so I don't know if that influenced some of the early to mid American novels, but there's that has come over and still sort of like pervades a lot of American lit. And so when you have a class on American lit classics, most of them are severely depressing. And that's one of the things why I was just like so annoyed with my 11th grade AP history when I was taking it. And one of the reasons why when I got hired as an English teacher, I was like, do not give me 11th grade. Do not give me AP or American Lit. Just I don't want it. I do not want it. And the thing is that the juniors are typically best behaved because they know they've got to buckle down. They know they've got to apply for colleges. They have a sense of reality. Whereas the seniors they're ready to fly the coop. And then the freshmen are, they're a little scared, but they're sort of like trying out things. And then the sophomores are like, oh, we're fine with this, but they don't have the reality crashing down on them yet. So juniors are typically the best behaved batch of high school students. And so all the teachers want them. And I'm like, I hate the class though. don't make me teach the class. And so they were perfectly happy to give me World Lit, which was sophomore, and then some of the seniors as well. So it's like, yeah, that's fine. But I hated almost every single text that we read for or taught for 11th grade. I was just like, why do we pick the most depressing crap out of everything possible? Like, there are great other options. Why do we have to read the crap that they chose for us? And I was just, yeah. Even in college, when I went to both for undergrad and master's, when we had a class that I had to take that was American Lit, it was inevitable the American Lit choices were trash. And I'm like, these people need to do better. But yeah, so I don't know. That's just my opinion about early American Lit being chosen for academic reasons. Your aunt and uncle are in Spain right now, and they usually make the travel arrangements for you going to cousin's party. Gotcha. Your uncle asked if I wanted him to come and get me, but it snowed yesterday, so that wasn't an option. Yeah. Becca's goal today is to write 2 scenes that you need to add to your screenplay. Nice. CB's goal today is to completely redraft book 1, the whole thing, or start it. Start for President. You decided there was no way the draft I worked on for Nano was ever going to be publishable. Gotcha. Maggie, welcome. You're here because you are the worst procrastinator ever. I want 3 pages every day. Welcome. Welcome to the Dawdling Writer Channel. I am also a procrastinator, as are most of us, which is why we are here trying to do the work and avoid the procrastination together. Kara says, I'm not sure what we're going to do in terms of your mom. Your brother lives in Tucson. Your son and you live 125 miles away. She's still herself, but the memory issues are getting worse. Yeah. So you're going to have to start thinking about options. And that is, since both you and your brother live farther away, that likely involves a move on your mother's part in terms of getting closer to one of you. And so y'all may want to check out assisted living places with memory units, depending on if that's the route you want to go, or what are your other options. But yeah, that's a scary conversation to have, but it does have to be had. So Becca says, I'm very tempted to decorate for Christmas today. I mean, yeah. The only thing holding me back is your brother-in-law's coming over tomorrow, and he's one of those don't decorate before Christmas kind of, or before Thanksgiving kind of guys. I mean, if you get your 2 scenes done and you want to just like put up some of the stuff or like get out your boxes, maybe. You don't want him to make the comments and ruin your mood. Okay, gotcha. So maybe wait till after he's gone. Fair enough. Thanksgiving this year actually falls on the 14th anniversary of your father's passing. Oh, okay. So that might also be why your mom wants some company. Gotcha. I think Thanksgiving is late this year because November 1st was a Friday. Yes. Yeah. Very true. Therapet's card from Kara today is the star-sprinkled black cat who says, you are doing enough. It's going to be okay. Yes, which is a nice affirmation to have. So, Cool Gamer says, hi, hello, welcome. What were some of the books you taught in World Lit? So there, we had Night, which was one of the permitted Holocaust dealing books. We had, we typically had a choice for 10th grade for Shakespeare plays. Most of the time we did Julius Caesar. We could also do Macbeth. Macbeth wound up being in our 10th grade textbook that was adopted partway through when I was teaching. So we sort of swapped between those two. In terms of, we did a lot of short stories. We did Kafka. We Metamorphosis, excerpts of it rather than the entirety of it, along with some of his other short stories for absurdity. We did the year before I left, we were changing the curriculum and we were going to do All Quiet on the Western Front. So I didn't get to teach that, but I kind of wanted to, so it was a bummer. And then, so it's like we had a bunch of things, and then some of the curriculum changed for gifted versus regular. So we had some classics, and it's like we also had to work around what was banned, what wasn't, what was permissible, things like that. So, but yeah, World Lit, we could do anything from, we did some ancient Egyptian poems that have been translated. We did some poetry. When in the poetry unit, it was easier to do like a greater expanse of the world, because then we were able to include some things from East Asia, and we were able to include some things from Australian lit, which was pretty rare. And then trying to think of some of the other things we did. We wound up, rather than doing like entire novels of things, we did Chinua Achebe as well. So pulled in a lot of some, not a whole lot, but we did some African lit, but mainly just the big names in terms of those. But yeah, but I just always found that world that was much more fascinating than American lit. So I was definitely a little biased in that. So I was like, I don't want the depressing stuff. Usually you love depressing crap, but I hate feeling forced into it. Yeah, it was frustrating because during 11th grade, it was just like, it was half of the high schoolers at that point were like in their angst phase, and then we were reading all angst books. And then it was like, it was also the time when Harry Potter was coming out, and so after I read Harry Potter 5, I was like, this is just like 6 hours of reading nothing but teenage angst. I was like, I get enough of this. Like with my friends, I get enough of this in the textbooks that I have to read. I have like all of this crud, and I don't want to spend my escapism reading in that. So I had a best friend who, one of my still besties, and I would just tell her, I'd be like, hey, when you read it and when it comes out, tell me if it's worth reading. Tell me if it's all angst for number 6. And she's like, yeah, it was pretty angsty still. I was like, all right, cool. Tell me the major plot points, and then we'll. So, yeah, I was just like, I was so done with the angst and the depression, and I was like, I don't want to read any more of this. So I took that mentality into my American lit class as well, which was probably not the best thing to do, but meh. You had to read Steinbeck's Black Pearl. Yep, we read that twice in junior high. Ooh, both in 8th and 9th grade, because you had the same English teacher both years, and she was obsessed with Steinbeck. Great writer, but very glum. Yeah. Yeah. Jen says, hi. Hello. Welcome. Today's card from the Wake Up, Kick-Ass, and Repeat deck says, you're the best of the best of the best. There you go. Oh, I'm getting a phone call probably from my mom. I will answer her later. CB says, I went to town earlier for breakfast, then got the bus to the mall, and I was trying to knit there, but there was a Karen snarling at me, so I asked her what's your problem, and she didn't answer. Yeah. Becca says, there's also part of me that wants to do it just to taunt him. Decorate for Christmas, not really a Christmas spirit, but I mean, hey, it's your space though. So, but yeah, I understand if you don't want to deal with the comments. Like if you want to keep the peace in your space, yeah. Megan says Tucson and Sedona have some really nice memory care places. Oh, good. Your great aunt had her mother in one in Sedona not until not that long ago. I don't know whereabouts you live, but you'd be willing to put your grandma in these places, which is nice. Yeah, it says a lot about the places. Don't know where you live, how they are. Right, okay. But at least near your brother, they've got some great places that are relatively affordable, which is good. CB says, we read a book called Underground to Canada by Barbara Schmucker when you were in middle primary. Never heard of it. About the abolition of slavery. Yeah, the Underground Railroad. And I would assume that it would be all the way up to Canada. Yeah. Kara says, there are some good places for folks with memory issues near my brother. I used to work in a retirement community in Boulder, but it was incredibly expensive. Yeah, Colorado is definitely a bit pricey. So says, when we were in our last year of secondary school, we did Norman McCaig poetry, which was super dull. You preferred reading T.S. Eliot and Wordsworth. Yeah, I have a soft spot for Thomas Hardy. So, At least you have some idea. Yeah. Paying for it is the hardest part. Yeah. Everywhere you go wants to extort you. Seems that way, doesn't it? During your lessons, you went to the school library and read Les Mis. And you also read Phantom of the Opera for fun. Yeah. Well, at least with Les Mis, like, you know it's going to be glum and depressing because it's the title. At least there's that. It doesn't give you a false sense of hope. Okay, so today we have the horse. Freedom is yours. So when the horse spirit appears, you are gifted with the spirit of movement and freedom. It is time for travel and adventure, whether it means a trip somewhere or taking a different type of journey, one of freedom of choice. The horse reminds you that no matter the circumstances, you have free will and choices that can take you far away to a better place, a better situation, a better state of being, for there is no one but you to rein in your will and to make a different decision. You are capable of making powerful choices that will affect you for a long time to come. Horses are social animals and known to be a friend to mankind, willing to carry us forward when we need it. The horse reminds you that help will be available to you whenever you need it, and companions will be by your side whenever you choose to go, whatever direction you choose to travel. Life is an adventure, and the horse wants you to know that whatever choices you make, you have the universe within, invisible yet holding you up and always walking by your side. If your inquiry is about a relationship, you can set your heart free to experience love in all forms. The Spirit whispers to you that the gift of freedom is yours if you allow yourself to break out of your perfectionism and stubbornness. Make a move and enjoy the freedom of letting go of the need to control. So there you go. It's a pretty horse. It is a pretty horse. You had the abridged version, and part of me wants the unabridged version of Les Mis. The abridged version is somewhat sassy, though. I do love a good sass. You liked Phantom as a book, but not as a play. I think we had the unabridged version. Yes. All right, so we have new timers today. We have the deer and the fox. Let's do the fox first. And make sure we have it big. And both of the new timers have the same winter piano. What does the fox say? The fox says, make sure you're cozy. Make sure you've got your document open. Make sure you've saved. Make sure you have something to hydrate. And probably wouldn't mind a pet or two. That's what the fox says. So, all right, let's do this. I'm going to be working in both the bullet journal and in the document today. We shall see how much we get done. So, 1, save your document. Oops, I accidentally make it big. Okay. 2, make sure you have something to hydrate with and go ahead and take a sip. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. And 4 is make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. Cozy Fox timer in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I started working. Oh my God, my hair is. I put up half my hair, and it had a big old lump in it. Oopsies. I started thinking about. I keep coming back to next year's journal because I was definitely not. I had not really solidified what I wanted to do for the journal that I bought, and I'm like, I kept looking at it and going, maybe I don't want to use this journal for next year. I don't know. So I went back to my pile of journals back there in the back shelf that you can see, because I had originally intended I was going to use this one that I bought from Amazon, and the journal I have been using is 100 GSM. This journal is 120 GSM. And I kept going, but maybe I want more space. And I have an Archer and Olive B5 that I have not used yet. So I think I'm going to switch to this B5 rather than this one. Both of them are green, but it's also a more foresty green, like hunter foresty green. So now I've gone and penciled in the grid marker and index and some things like that. And so I've been trying to decide whether or not I want to actually use it. And it has definitely less pages. So it's only got 156 usable pages. I mean, what I consider usable, because I use the last page as like a ghosting check. So like I do my black marker pen test on those and see if it ghosts. What I'm talking about is I do this. So I check my black pens and how much they ghost through, and then how the metallic looks on top of them. or the white looks on top of them. So that I consider that last page not usable because it's my ghosting Chuck page. So like now I'm like, but do I want to use it? Definitely. I think I'm going to be using it. So I won't be able to use these for what I had intended, but that's okay. I will figure out something. And now I'm just like in my brain going, okay, well, how do I want to make the tabs for next year then? Because I'm not going to be cutting out any of these pages anytime soon because there are so few. And that's what I did last year was I used the cutout pages for making tabs. And I love my tabs. So I'm going to have to figure out maybe to use some cardstock or some of my scrap baking paper and like turn them around for just to use the blank side. But yeah, so essentially brainstorming, I went back through my list and sort of moved around some things of like where they're going to appear in next year's journal. So I decided I wanted to have a monthly, like a tracker to see what music I'm obsessed with per month. So yeah, because my most recent obsession has shifted from a song called Iron Sky by Paolo. His last name starts with an N. Can't remember what his last name is. So it was that for like a full 2 weeks, just like burn it into my brain. And then my most recent one, the one that I shifted to, is a song called I Am by Stan Walker. And yes, Nutini, I think is his last name. I think you are correct, CB. So I've gone from Iron Sky to I Am. And Stan Walker, I think he's Maori from New Zealand. But he uses the indigenous name, the see if I can remember how to pronounce it. Aotearoa. I think I massacred that, but anyway. So like that's been my shift in obsession for and I do that is I burn a song into my brain and then I move on to another one to like do the same thing. So I feel like I want to have I think it's Aotearoa. Aotearoa, I think. But yeah, so I feel like I want to have like maybe a little snippet, like a 1-page thing for song obsessions. Song artist, whatever. Rather than just because I do like the idea of the then and now, like once a year check of like you going through and like, you know, on the January 1st, what's your favorite song? What's your favorite food? What's your book that you're reading? What's your hope? You know, what's your favorite color? Some of those don't change though. So it's like, rather than that, do I make a sort of like 12 grid situation and have songs, but that should be up near the like full year spread, as should be the like when did we last spread that I want to put in. So yeah, yes, this so yeah, so that's what I've been doing is I've been deciding I'm gonna toss this to the side and go big. So, but it's like the front of this is already decorated, at least somewhat. So the back I can decorate with stickers. Whereas this I could decorate both because it's plain. But anyway, so I'll figure it out. That's essentially what I'm doing, is I'm figuring it out. And I may decide don't want a pocket because it's going to take up space. So yeah. So that's what we're doing. So we are changing plans. Let's see. JK is here and says hello. Welcome. Precious is here as well. Hello. You're working on a planned outline for a webtoon comic book. Ooh, fun. Star for President and fixing dinner. Okay, you're answering JK's question. Yes. Hello. Welcome. Just stopping by. Thank you. I appreciate it. Megan took the dogs out and worked on your research paper on the Peeposh clay bowl that you're researching. Also made lunch. Realized the sprint isn't over yet. You got ADHD distracted. Yep. Also forced your boyfriend to listen to the song Starburster by Fontaines DC because they play it on the radio, and I knew he had heard it. It's a catchy song. You really like it. Nice. Tina is here. Hello. Welcome. Glad we write together. Yes, me too. CB got 268 words. Excellent. Good. Becca did some good brainstorming and planning for the next scenes. Should be able to write them in the next sprint. Ooh, exciting. Kara got 3 pages proofread. Excellent. What did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. And numbered all the pages. And then, yeah, looked up measurements. Becca says, hi to JK. You're good. Working on your screenplay today. How about you? The darker green fits the vibe of next year more. Yeah. The other one is a little too carefree. Yeah. It's more of a muted green for sure. Like a softer. Yeah. CB says, I completely forgot I had to orphan all 3 of my works that were posted on AO3 because I kept getting spam message about turning story into art. They do have page marker things. Yes. I kind of like making my own now. So, oh, he's from Glasgow. I didn't know that. This guy, Paolo. Precious did some brainstorming and remembered you need some push pulls in your romance comic book. Excellent. Yes. Yes. This is the indigenous name for New Zealand. Aotearoa. I can't get my tongue to do it fast yet, but one day I'll learn. One day I'll get there with practice. Your current obsession is the new Pitbull and Bon Jovi collab. Makes absolute sense. Yes. CB said, no, sorry, that was what CB said. This is Kara's. Kara says, I have really eclectic musical taste. I listen to a lot of instrumental stuff while working, but this morning I listened to thrash metal from a brand called Entropy, then listened to the Buzzcocks. Nice. Megan says, Kara, did you see my playlist that I posted on my newsletter? There might be a song or 2 on there you might enjoy. Yes. Okay, let's do this. I'm going to set us up for another sprint. We're going to use the Winter Wonderland Deer Timer. And also don't forget that the second sprint is the self-promo sprint. So make sure that if you have something you want to promote, you do so during the second sprint. Okay. All right. So 1, save your document, even if you haven't put anything in there like me. 2 is make sure that you have something to hydrate with, and cheers. 3 is to straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back. Make sure you're not slouching. And 4 is if you need a break or to go help mom carry in the groceries, please do so. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay, how do we do? I have gotten most of the way through 2025, like the penciling in of the mini calendars and the important dates. Oh, I just realized I forgot one. Okay, we'll just erase those because I do want them in order. So, yeah. But how'd you do? Did I unmute? Yes, I did. Okay. 7th is Bobby's birthday. Okay, let me scroll back up to see. Megan says, I need 9 more people to check out my playlist post to hit the same number of subscribers that I have, which would be outstanding. This is the Patriarchy Meet My Playlist article that Megan posted, or just listen to the entire playlist on my channel, which is also awesome. If you want to see all the things that Megan does on the web, including the Blue Sky account, check out Megan's link tree. Kara says, I'm open for an alpha or beta reading and editing jobs, all stages, in 2025. Here is the Ornery Literary Services. If finances are a problem, I will work with you, says Kara. JK is working on the revision outline for Project Sugar and Spice and revising chapters 1 and 2 of 41. So starting a new pass. Gotcha. You need 10 more people to donate to the Coffee Character Art Fund. So if anybody's interested in seeing character art for Project Sugar and Spice, feel free to donate. Kara also is giving us a heads up. AutoCrit is offering several Black Friday deals for anyone who wants to check that out. This link is the Story Success Lab. And Kara also has an affiliate link for the main AutoCrit site, and there it is. CB is working on the new outline. You almost put Spider-Man homeschooling instead of Spider-Man Homecoming. I mean, that could be fun. So, you know. Megan says, that's a book title I might consider picking up. Spider-Man homeschooling, right? You'd want to know exactly what it was about. Megan says, I want it to be a nonfiction book on how to raise children from the perspective of Spider-Man. That would be hilarious. You ate lunch and cited one thing in your paper. In the entire paper, I've only cited one thing so far. That's how little you've managed to accomplish on this project so far. You're not too concerned, though. Because you said you had plenty of research for it, so I know you'll have more citations to come. Becca wrote 3 pages and almost done with the last scene. Nice. Excellent. Excellent. I am just penciling in all of the birth dates and potential birth dates. So it looks like not a whole lot is happening, but a lot is happening. So, and I also had to go look up the week numbers because I'm not good at that. And so I just jotted those down next to the side because I think I do want to keep track of those again next year. I just have to figure out how to do it without massive black bars because I don't like that. I don't like it. So we're going to fix it next year. And then I will be on to other trackers for the year. So yeah. Slow but steady progress. You also managed to accomplish 3 posts on Blue Sky. Nice. Did you schedule them out or did you just post? I don't know how that works too much because I'm terrible at using social media. So, okay, those were the new little timers. Did you like them? I hope you did. I also forgot, I'm just realizing this now, that I forgot to talk about the poll. So the poll today is, what is your favorite thing to describe? So here's the picture for it. What's your favorite thing to describe? And the poll options are A, character emotions and growth, B, spicy scenes, C, fights and epic battles, or D, landscape, history, fashion, all the little minutia that just like make things better. And of course, if you have a separate thing that is your favorite thing to describe, please feel free to let us know in the chat. Could be a magic system, could be physics and science if you're doing sci-fi, you know, that kind of stuff. Let's see. So that's the picture poll. And then let me share this again. The authortube advent calendar post. Authortube advent calendar prompt. Google Drive folder. There is the Yes. Okay, perfect. Present share screen. Once again, I know some of you have already seen this, but here are the authortube advent calendar. First one is the 8.5 by 11 normal printable size. The others are Instagram reel sized. But here are your 1,000 words or less story or poem prompts, the 12-day version and the 24-day version for authortube advent calendar so that you can get a head start. So that's where those are. Your favorite is the fox. So cute. It's very cute. I debated between doing a cool background, so like a blue, so that I could also have sort of a wintry vibe. But the fox was just so warm toned. I was like, it needs to be a warmer brown in the back. So, but he's cute. CB says, I think if someone wrote Spider-Man homeschooling, it might be Peter's homeschool journal or his personal journal. It would be fun though. You might write in April. Yes, I think you should. You do like the minutia of emotion. They can be very fun. Yes. So, all right, let's pop to a third sprint. And do we want to go back to the fox or do we want one of the sweater weathers? Fox or sweater weathers? Anybody have an opinion? Ooh, Megan says Babbling Brook. Also a good choice. All righty. We shall go down to the Babbling Brook then. Present. Share screen. Share screen. Babbling Brook. Share it. Make it big. Make it bigger. All right. Here we go. So 1, save your document or documents, whatever you have open. 2 is make sure that you have something to hydrate with and go ahead and take a sip, especially if you haven't done so in a while. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is make sure if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. I finished the future log, birthday log, whatever you want to call it. I went ahead and penciled in the when did we last page. I also put in the spacing for a year in music obsessions. Did the and started in on sort of like health and wellness trackers. And I decided that this year I want to at least have a couple of stats in just for fun. So I was trying to think, I know there are sort of like, walk to Mordor situations like in apps and stuff, but I just want to know like, just like some of the distances and like what that would look like for a couple of, different fandoms and such. And so I found an article that somebody calculated the distance in Anne McCaffrey's Pern between places, and I'm like, ooh. But yeah, but it's like, there's a lot of space on Pern, so I'm like, ooh, do I really want to do that? It's like, but yeah, I could try and start small, but I would like to find a spreadsheet that has some of those numbers so that I can kind of play with those a little bit and see which ones I might want to try and reach. But yeah, so I have to find a spreadsheet of those at some point. So I'm going to leave that page blank for now, I think, rather than trying to pencil in how I want, and I'll come back to it once I know for sure how I want to lay it out. But yeah, so, because I know there are apps that I could use, or there are like challenges that I could buy or whatnot, but I just want a spreadsheet of numbers. That's all I want. A spreadsheet or a Reddit post of numbers. See, was moving spaces so you could write. Becca got 5 pages done and you're finished with the scenes. Yay! Now you can choose to decorate or not. Up to you. Megan got really into your project and took your headphones off and almost missed coming back for this. Hey, I'm glad you got into it. But one of the singers you included in the playlist just liked your post on Instagram about it and then followed you. Yay! Excellent. Woohoo! That is awesome. Okay, what else was what was next on my list of things I want to include? Okay, so my lunar date calendar. So I do want to, I'm going to have to look up the dates for the full and new moons and quarter moons. So that'll be the next page. And then trying to remember. Okay. Yes. Trying to think. Yeah. Okay. Trying to figure out if I had wanted to include a couple of things, but I don't have them marked. So I'm going to have to decide. Your audience is growing. Someday we will take over the world. It's the moments like this where you wish you could post. Yeah, because a little Pinky in the Brain would be fantastic. But this is as good as we can get for now. For now. And it looks very different on StreamYard than on the YouTube chat, because on the YouTube chat it doesn't look like this at all. It's a little emoji. The YouTube chat emoji looks better. But yeah, so I'm at least progressing. I'm at least making some headway and progress, so I don't have to pencil these in later. And then I can go ahead and sort of like get started on the real stuff soon. But yeah, so I'm at least making progress. Did I leave myself space? I did. Okay, good. To do a painting or something for 2025. I don't know what yet, but it'll be something. 688 typed words in the outline and 1 sentence fragment handwritten. Okay, at least you got something done, which is good. I might have to go and refill at some point this sprint, the next sprint. But yeah. All right. Let's go ahead and do another sprint. We did the Babbling Brook. Let's see what else. We've done the fox, we've done the deer, we've done the Babbling Brook. Let's do the, where is it? Here it is. Let's do the waterfall. You're contemplating making yourself hot eggnog, but I only allow yourself 1 glass a day, so that means no evening mug if you do it now. Ooh. Yeah, I still haven't gotten any eggnog yet because, again, lactose-free eggnog leaves a lot to be desired, at least for the ones that I have tried thus far. But I do want some this year because I tried making my own and it just wasn't right. And I've tried several of the lactose-free ones and I don't know. There's just something missing about it. So, but yeah, I understand that. If you give yourself the treat now, then you feel deprived later. So, it's no fun. We just want all the treats all the time. But yeah. Okay, let's do this. So 1, save your document again. 2, make sure you take a sip. Cheers. 3, straighten your spine or roll your shoulders back for that posture check. Make sure you're not slouching too much. And 4 is make sure that if you need a break, take a break. Here we go. 30 minutes in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I'm realizing all over again that I'm terrible at math in terms of like, oh, portioning up this page. It's terrible. Anyway. There's the halfway mark. And then I need to split this other one into thirds, I think. Which would be 10 and then a space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then a space. Okay. That way, page is now divided. Okay, CB said you never had eggnog. Well, I think you should try it at least once. It is tasty. It's very delicious, especially with extra cinnamon. You like it both hot and cold. It tastes slightly different depending on the temperature. It does. I think I most of the time I drink it cool rather than warm. But yeah, your boyfriend says it tastes like bubblegum, which is very odd. I don't think I've ever gotten a bubblegum flavor from eggnog. So I don't understand that taste association. You think silk almond milk eggnog is good? I think I tried that one here, and I think it was really just missing the viscosity. And I think that's going to be an issue with all of the alternatives. And there's something about the viscosity of it that makes me happy. I don't know. Like old-fashioned, but yeah, I don't see that. I don't understand that taste association. You can kind of see where he'd get the association, but he's got a very sensitive palate. Yeah, maybe I don't have a sensitive palate because I don't understand. Like, because for me, old-fashioned bubblegum just always turned to trash in my mouth in terms of like the taste. So I don't have any good associations with old-fashioned bubblegum. 213 words by hand. Nice. Good job, CB. Good job. Okay, I have managed to separate and do I've managed to separate and get a good number of pages done. I've gotten 12 pages penciled in terms of layouts and things. I did decide on what I was going to do for the hiking tracker section. I just decided I would leave space for little factoids of like how long distances were. I did find somebody who had broken down the Lord of the Rings numbers. But other than that and the one blog post where somebody just like briefly mentions Pern as a map that you could possibly do, like that was it. That was all I really found. So I'm going to kind of put that by the wayside until maybe another year where those factoids have been put up on the internet a little bit more easily. Excuse me. You've ordered a microphone for your laptop, so we'll see if I can dictate now. Ooh, that'd be nice. That'd be nice. All right, y'all. Thank you very much for joining me. Hopefully we will be able to. I'm going to continue to pencil in things tonight. That way I don't have to do this again on Monday. So yeah. But I am pleased with the amount of progress. And I'm also pleased that I decided to upgrade the size. Because this really only ever leaves my room to go to the kitchen to verify something on the calendar, or I do pack it for when we go somewhere for like trips and things, but other than that, like everyday use is just sitting on my desk. So it never really leaves, so to say. So yeah, that is where we are with that. So thank you very much for bearing with me, even though I didn't, again, I guess I'm just failing at New Draft November in terms of like staying consistent with one project, but I have several thousand words this month that I'm not mad at. I have some good ideas for the AuthorTube Advent Calendar, so I'm not mad at that. Yeah, so I guess I'm just not stressing over it, which is always nice. But yeah, so hopefully I will see y'all tomorrow. I will also get the streams for next week like scheduled. Oh, and I need to do the picture poll for today. It is by far a landslide win for what's your favorite thing to describe. It is character, emotions, and growth. 82% of us choose that, and 8% choose landscape, history, fashion, all the minutia, and then 4% tied for spicy scenes and fights and epic battles. So that is our preferred thing to write about, is character, emotions, and growth. Monday's session is how do you feel about divine or author intervention with your main characters? So anyway, let's go ahead and save and depart. So save your document, make sure you've got everything you need to save, and I will see y'all soon. All right, bye.